Alright, what's going on, guys? Welcome everybody back to a brand new video on the channel. Hope you're doing well. So in today's video, we've got a pretty big update to talk about for Cold War Zombies. A lot is actually changing, and we're going to be clearing up some of the confusion that has been going around the zombies community for the past couple days about some particular weapons being nerfed, as well as some abilities and equipment. And I think a lot of people are confused about what has actually happened. So today in this video, we're going to set the record straight and talk a little bit about everything else that they're going to be changing within zombies. Now, I do want to make this video a little bit of like a kind of discussion board where we can also debate, other further changes that maybe should come to Cold War Zombies in the future. You can use this to leave your ideas and what you would like to see in Cold War Zombies down below in the comment section. As this is my first video making an update for like what's happening in Cold War Zombies, if you want to see more of this kind of stuff, then show support by just leaving a thumbs up on the video, and of course subscribing if you're new to the channel so you don't miss any more zombies content, as I'm going to have plenty more over the next couple of days. But with all that stuff out of the way, ladies and gentlemen, let's get into this. Now, yesterday when Treyarch released an update that was primarily addressing issues found in the multiplayer, it had an unintended side effect where it sort of nerfed the very popular Ring of Fire and ray gun strategy typically used for high rounds on the machine. And what's confusing about all this is this strat was obviously very popular and it was nerfed. However, it was not even acknowledged at all in yesterday's patch notes, leading a lot of people to believe that they did this unintentionally, or they didn't really understand what they were doing. And they have come out today and actually addressed this, and I don't know if it actually was unintentional yesterday. It seems like they did it deliberately, but now are letting us know that they have reverted it back to its original state. So the entire idea was that you could use the ray gun plus the Ring of Fire specialist ability, sit at the top of the Nocturne Tone staircase, and pretty much just use that and a series of chopper gunners, and be able to stay there to like 100, 200, or even 300 rounds. It was a strat that's incredibly quick, and a lot of people have been doing recently. And the debate of whether this strat is too easy or if it should be nerfed at all is a very complicated argument, and we're not going to get too deep into that in this video. I recommend go watching Mr. Waffle's latest video. I was on a podcast with a few other YouTubers, Noah and Lex, and also Milo. We had a discussion about whether this strat is actually healthy for the game or not, and just overall the more in general balance of high rounds. So if you're interested in that discussion, I recommend checking out that video too, but I'm just letting you know objectively what has happened. So what happened yesterday, the patch came out and you would use the ray gun with the tier 3 upgrade of Ring of Fire, and it would no longer pull ammo from your reserve, making that strat still viable, albeit a lot harder. And a lot of people were unhappy with this change. Personally, I thought the change was good insofar as that strat in particular was concerned. And again, if you want to hear my full opinions on that, then I recommend go watch Milo's video. But I thought it was an overall good idea. And then it's like today they released patch notes and essentially took it back, where now the ray gun will pull from the reserve ammo again, completely restoring the effectiveness of that previous strategy to its former glory and how people were running it before. On top of this, however, Treyarch has also released another set of changes that are coming to the game as well. They have just overall increased the stability and of various crashes and bug fixes, and just all around more polished gameplay. A lot of people were crashing on high rounds or doing certain actions within the Easter egg. I saw some very strange clips of doing like one of the most mundane tasks in the entire quest, and that would cause a lot of people's game to crash, and so that's generally been fixed. But more interestingly, they also made a new addition and a patch to zombie pathing. They claim to have improved the way that the general enemy pathing works, and I jumped into a game after that patch was made, and I played to round 100, not using the Ring of Fire strat, mind you, but using the training one, and I don't particularly think I noticed anything much different about the zombies pathing. They seem to be pretty good in Cold War from the beginning. Like, I always thought it was pretty solid. There wasn't many issues, but maybe they just cleaned up a few like really weird glitches and things that I haven't had occurrences with. Dogs, on the other hand, maybe could use a little bit of work. Treyarch have also implemented a fix to players being completely invisible to the zombies and absolutely invulnerable after interacting with an anomaly to go into the dark ether. I believe that this is referring to a really strange glitch that some players were taking advantage of, where you could go into the dark ether while doing another like small Easter egg step, and that would make you invisible to the zombies for literally the rest of the game. So that's been patched and sorted out now. They've also addressed an issue that caused the Megatons to spawn spawn near players unexpectedly. I had this happen one time at the beginning of the game when I first played it, where a Megaton would seemingly spawn out of nowhere, similar to how the Plague Hounds do it sometimes, but other than that, haven't had really too many problems with that one either. And they've also addressed an issue that caused incorrect armor damage feedback for heavy zombies. Now, this one isn't super clear exactly what they did. I believe the issue was that maybe heavy zombies were dealing a little bit more damage to armor than they should have, or potentially a little bit less. I had never heard of this issue until they released these patch notes, and if you know what they're referring to down below in the comment section, then feel free to let me know, because I personally have never ever seen this issue. Now, Treyarch also implemented a brand new fix to Exfils, and thank the Lord this has been added, because this one got unbelievably annoying. You would go to Exfil and you would clear out all the zombies, and it would still say that one is remaining, and what would happen, your clock would run out, you would drain your time, and physically lose the Exfil because there was no zombie spawned in, and it wouldn't die out. So it looks like they've completely addressed that issue, and that it could just basically prevent zombies from spawning at the Exfil location. So either they're just going to completely bleed out, giving you the Exfil clearance, or they will be able to force spawn on top of you. Know, either way, if you, like myself, have had this issue in the past, this one has been cleared out. They've also adjusted the very popular problem where, like, intel and also calling cards that were used in your barracks were not showing up properly. So, for example, if you earned a Dark Ops calling card, it basically wasn't saving onto your, like, personal profile, or sometimes not even acknowledging that you got it. If the game settings had changed while you were mid-match and you happened to earn one of those Dark Ops challenges, it didn't save to your profile, and it looks like that was sorted out. Now, perhaps the most interesting thing Treyarch implemented with this new update is they say they addressed an issue that prevented certain spectral reflections from appearing in the map. Now, if you guys have played through the Easter egg or even watched a playthrough of it, then you should know what these are. These are the ghosts that appear during the cutscenes as you're going throughout the quest that tell you about the story. Some of the ones that you give the diary to as you're about midway through. Basically, what it seems is that not only because of this and also what we've seen in data mines and just throughout some clues in the game, we have not found all the ghosts yet. You know, the ones that are in the main quest are not all that is to be found in D Machine, and we've been doing some hunting recently, looking for side Easter eggs that will reveal the rest of these ghosts. So far, nothing really has come up, but that might be because they were just broken. If Treyarch implemented a fix, and if that's truly what that means, where these other spectral reflections aren't coming up for some reason, it looks like these aren't related necessarily to the main quest, but perhaps there's more Easter eggs to be found that involve other versions of these spectral reflections. And what this means to me is that very clearly there's a lot more to be found in D Machine. Just because the main quest has been solved does not mean in any sense whatsoever that we should stop Easter egg hunting or that there's nothing interesting left to find. We seem to be coming up with new stuff every day. The question here becomes is that how do we actually obtain these last spectral reflections? So you guys can let me know what your thoughts are on these, and if you have any leads on where you should look for these new spectral reflections, I encourage you to jump in game. And if you do happen to find anything, then obviously feel free to let me know. Also, while this hasn't been officially released yet, from what we've seen in the files, double tap actually still remains in the files of the game, and we don't know if this is just left over from an older game, as that very often happens, or if they are planning to add double tap later. I would actually say that there's a very high probability that they do. Double tap, we might not see it immediately within the first update, I guess, of Season 1 of Cold War, but if I had to make an educated guess, I would say that eventually they are going to add classic double tap. I don't know about the ability for the double bullet damage to happen, and for the one bullet to split off into two, the difference between double tap 1 and 2.0. I honestly think it's going to be like the original double tap, where it's just going to simply double your rate of fire, thus obviously doubling the amount of damage that you output. And I think the way that Cold War's gunplay is balanced, this would actually work, but that has still yet to be confirmed. Either way, I would say that it's highly probable we will be seeing this perk in the near future. Now, I want to take the rest of this time to open up the discussion to you guys in the comment section and ask your opinions about anything on the patch notes in this video. And if there's anything that you want to address directly with, then definitely leave it in the comment section. Leave your opinions on the changes to the Ring of Fire strat. Do you think that it should be nerfed a little bit, or do you think it's fine as it is? Again, if you'd like to hear my full thoughts on that, we talked about it for about an hour and a half on Milo's channel, so you can go give that video a look. It's a very complicated discussion, so I recommend listening to it all the way through. It's not as simple as it sounds. But anyways, guys, thank you guys so much for watching. If you did enjoy the video, make sure to give it a like rating. Subscribe if you are new to the channel, and I'm also going to be streaming the side Easter egg hunt and hunting for these new ghosts over on my Twitch channel. So if you don't already follow me, links in the description down below. I will be live over there. Come say hi. But other than that, have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you all in the next stream or the next video. Take it easy. I gotta go, guys, and peace out.